Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm crawling my way back to good health. Luckily, I've got Naruto to keep me entertained. I'm really hoping for a Sanin reunion in this next 5 episodes, so let's not waste any time and get right into it. The previous episode ended just as Naruto was preparing to use the jutsu he's been learning with Jiraiya on Tsunade. The legendary Kunoichi makes a huge crack in the ground using only a single finger, tripping Naruto up so he doesn't make contact with her at all.
Jiraiya, are you the one who taught this little kid the Rasengan?
Rasengan?
Giving him false hopes like that? Filling his head with stupid ideas? Making him think he could actually be Hokage someday?
So this is Rasengan. I've seen it mentioned with reference to Naruto before, and I've always wondered what it would be. Why didn't Jiraiya just mention the name of it when he started teaching him? Why is it this mysterious thing that they just like to keep secrets? The adults like to keep secrets from the children in this anime. Anyway, apparently he and the fourth Hokage are the only ones who can use it properly. Tsunade thinks it's cruel to even try to teach it to Naruto because he has no chance of learning it. No chance of being Hokage either. She laughs at him and it's quite painful. And so they make a bet. If Naruto can master the technique in a week, she'll admit she's wrong and hand over her necklace, which once belonged to the first Hokage and is very valuable. So, big things going down at the end of this week. Later that night, Tsunade goes to Naruto in an attempt to smooth things over, explaining that Tsunade isn't the same as she used to be. She lost everything and now she's bitter and jaded. And even if he could win the bet, he mustn't take the necklace because everyone who wears it dies, except for Tsunade herself. In a flashback we see Tsunade and her brother. It's his birthday and she gives him the necklace. He desires to follow in the footsteps of their grandfather and protect and guide the village. But then he's killed, injured so badly he's unrecognizable.
No, it's best if you don't look, Tsunade.
What difference can it make? The condition the body's in. She won't even be able to recognize her little brother.
Silence, Orochimaru!
What did I say about Orochimaru being horrible at every available opportunity? This was so unnecessary. Why did he say that? He's just a horrible, foul person all the time, and he's always been this way. Tsunade's brother's death inspires the idea that one person in every squad had medical jutsu skills. This is the policy that Kabuto mentioned earlier. Looking at this flashback, it's interesting to see how far the Leaf Village has come. This meeting room in comparison to the modern day one is quite a big difference. They're in the middle of a war and Sarutobi Sensei doesn't think the policy is something they can implement right now. But someone else supports her very strongly, a handsome young man who she falls in love with. Unfortunately for Dan, he looks exactly like the kind of guy to tragically die young. He's got these nice, angelic good looks, and I bet he's kind and compassionate and inspires everyone around him to be better. It's always these types who die tragically.
I want to lead them in building a better world than this. It's been my dream ever since my sister died. To be Hokage, that is my dream.
And so, she gives him the necklace.
Tsunade, I don't want to die yet. There are so many things left to do. I can't die here. Not this way. Not yet.
Please don't go. Don't leave me. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go.
Man, the way she begs for him to be okay, and he doesn't want to die. He has so many things he still wants to do. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Ah, man, so heartbreaking. After hearing this tragic story, Naruto goes out to complete his training. He's going to show her that the dream to become Hokage can be achieved, that having hope is not futile or stupid. Tsunade probably thought the story would make him back down, but he's more determined than ever. Jiraiya and Tsunade have a heart-to-heart. He knows Orochimaru must have offered her some kind of deal, and he urges her not to dishonor the sacrifices of all the Hokage who have come before. Orochimaru is a butcher who doesn't care about those who die. It is much better to feel deeply for those lost on the battlefield.
Could you do such a thing? If I thought you could, I would stop you right here and now.
I really like that menacing look. Jiraiya has a lot of love for the village, and he will do what is required to protect it. Tsunade loves the village too. It's just buried under the pain for the loved ones she's lost. She's obviously got a lot on her mind, which is understandable. I kind of thought the necklace was going to be legitimately cursed, like by a spirit or a demon or something like that, and I kind of wanted it to be. That's kind of fun. However, it does seem to be bad luck for everyone but Tsunade. It's kind of irresponsible for her to make this bet, even though she doesn't think that Naruto will win. What if he does? Now you've given this kid this cursed necklace, what if he dies? Does she want Naruto to die? I appreciate Naruto's efforts, but he's damaging so many trees. Orochimaru is very confident that Tsunade will make the deal, even stating that no one knows her better than he does. And maybe he did once, but hasn't it been like a decade, at least a decade since they were in the village together? Why would he think that he still knows her so well after so much time has passed? And he's so convinced that she's going to make the decision that he wants her to make. Probably because he wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice 2 people to get what he desires. In fact, he would sacrifice any number of people to get what he desires. Time passes. Naruto trains, fueled by Tsunade's words of doubt and discouragement. She ruminates on the past and gambles. And Jiraiya drinks at a hostess club. He notes that Naruto hasn't slept in his bed for a week. And my first thought was that he must smell horrible, but of course it shows the determination to master the Rasengan, and that is very good. Shizune finds him in his exhausted state and sees all the damage he's caused in his training. Shame, the poor boy definitely needs some caretaking. The lack of background music for many of these scenes really adds a sense of heaviness and tension. Jiraiya invites Tsunade for a drink and she slips something into his drink and drugs him. She's really contemplating taking Orochimaru up on his deal, isn't she? And so she's getting Jiraiya out of the way just in case.
He's collapsed from exhaustion, and his right hand is severely burned from concentrated chakra. He's out of it. He won't wake up till the day after tomorrow at the earliest.
Oh, Naruto, he must have been working through so much pain.
I will try and stop you, if it costs me my life! Shizune, have you forgotten who you're talking to?
I'm really surprised that she hit her so hard. Like, is she offended or her pride is injured or whatever? But it's not crazy for Shizune to want to know what's going on. Like, she's about to, or potentially, she could be making a deal with the devil. It's not unreasonable that she wants to know what's going on. D-Day finally arrives, and Tsunade's drugs were successful on Jiraiya because he's out cold at the same bar from the night before. Which means that she just left him there. That's so mean. We all know she's strong enough to carry him back to the hotel. Why would she just leave him there like that? That's not nice. And Naruto has recovered his energy even though he was expected to sleep for 2 days at least. There are some really good benefits to possessing the nine-tailed fox. In fact, if it wasn't for the way the villagers rejected him, I see no downsides to it at all. Gaara is unable to fully rest because of the sand spirit, right? But Naruto seems to have no negative side effects. Regardless, he is now full of his usual fighting spirit and wants to show Tsunade who's boss. Jiraiya manages to drag himself back to the hotel, but he's weak and unable to gather his chakra. I think he's quite hurt that Tsunade would do this to him, and I would be too. Orochimaru sent Kabuto to take out Shizune, but both Jiraiya and Naruto being there too, it's a bit too much for him to handle, so he backs out. Smart guy.
Well, what's your answer?
You give me no choice, Tsunade. If I have to kill you, I will.
I will heal your arms, but in exchange, You keep your hands off the village.
Very well.
Man, I really love Orochimaru's villain music. It's so sinister and sets the scene so well. But Tsunade cannot trust anything that comes out of his mouth. He'd swear on his life that he won't harm the Leaf Village and then turn around and do exactly that. Man doesn't care about anything other than his own desires. As they approach each other, Orochimaru lifts his ruined arms and Tsunade gathers her power. And just as they're about to make contact, Kabuto interrupts the interaction with a kunai.
What is the meaning of this? Am I to understand you've really come here to betray me? Tsunade!
Seems like she wasn't going to heal him after all. Kabuto must have recognized it. Also, Orochimaru is the last person who should be complaining about betrayal. He's in this position in the first place because he tried to destroy the village that he comes from and then tried to kill his sensei. So it seems to me like this is just what goes around comes around. This is your karma, Orochimaru. This is what you deserve. I hope that everybody betrays you and you end up alone by yourself. Look at these big eyes like he's so shocked. Not everyone is like you, Orochimaru.
I'm weak. So weak that for a moment I would have sacrificed everything. That boy, he made me remember something. The dream they gave their lives for.
She misses them so much that she genuinely considered taking his deal but just couldn't do it. Especially after Naruto reminded her of the fire spirit of the Leaf Ninjas, the desire to protect and grow the village, of being Hokage. At least now, she can kind of make their dreams come true through her own actions. But first she has to find a way out of this situation with Orochimaru because he is going to force her to help him. And why, oh why, did she drug Jiraiya? If she knew she was going to make this decision, then she should have kept him around for backup. Shizune as well. Orochimaru is a very powerful opponent. And she's powerful too, but she's been out of the game for like 10 years and she's compromised with her whole fear of blood and stuff. Orochimaru has spent the last decade getting stronger and stronger, and all he wants to do is continue to get stronger. And Kabuto as well, you have to assume that he's a very powerful opponent because he's with Orochimaru. Tsunade is extremely powerful and she smashes her way toward them as they lure her away. They want a more open place to fight and they also want to avoid Jiraiya, who could arrive at any moment. Once they get to more open ground, they begin to fight properly, and Kabuto is really good. I didn't expect him to be as skilled as he is, though it makes sense that he would be because he's with Orochimaru, and Orochimaru is someone who values power above anything else. But when he was introduced, he just was a guy. He was just some guy, and he looks like a normal person. He even looks like a good guy, except for when he's got his evil face on, you know, when he's doing the eyes and his glasses do that reflecting light thing. But I wonder if he is a villain in his heart, like Orochimaru. Is he on this path just because he is with Orochimaru, Orochimaru is his sensei, or is he genuinely invested in like evil means? Is he in pursuit of power the way that Orochimaru is? I'm assuming Tsunade hasn't really fought much in the last decade or so, but she is a legendary ninja, so I'm hoping she can handle Kabuto. He uses a jutsu to paralyze the muscles in her arm and leg so he doesn't have to worry so much about those powerful blows. He gets her in the chest too, so she can't breathe. He's using his jutsu like a scalpel, which is not something I had ever thought of before. And then she uses hers to scramble the electrical signals between his brain and his body, so he's all jumbled up. And then Kabuto reorganizes how he uses his body in order to make a move against her while she's still in a weakened state. And that is truly incredible. I can barely write my name with my left hand, and this guy is doing all of this. And just as Kabuto is about to make his big move,
It's been a long time, old friend.
Long time indeed. And I can't say it's improved your looks any, old friend.
It's a Sannin reunion, but not a very happy one. And Naruto is very confused because he didn't realize that Kabuto was a spy. And why did Kakashi not share that information with his students, at the very least with his students? Can you imagine if Naruto had met Kabuto again under different circumstances? Kabuto could have just spied again. Like Kakashi, really, can we share the valuable information with everyone, please? Tsunade wants to handle things herself and makes her move against Kabuto. But now he's recovered quite a bit and he knows exactly what to do. He covers her in blood and she goes into a frozen catatonic state.
I knew that I'd never be able to take on two of the legendary Sannin at the same time. But now at least, I got one down!
Kabuto plays a kind of psychological game here, telling Naruto that he's got no ninja ability and pales in comparison to Sasuke. I don't think he truly believes that, but maybe he does. Naruto did have some bad moments when they were in the Forest of Death together, but he saw Naruto against Neji, so I'm not sure. I think he might be trying to break the boy down.
Go on, glare at me all you want. You're still just a pint-sized genin who's in over his head. Next to them, you're a mere child sitting at the grown-ups table. Stay out of it! Or die.
His taunting words work, and Naruto runs in, all guns blazing. Kabuto takes him and his shadow clones out quite easily. This is not the kind of opponent you can just attack without a plan. This is a lesson Naruto is still learning. As the episode comes to an end, Jiraiya prepares to take on Orochimaru, while Tsunade will handle Kabuto. Jiraiya is still very much feeling the effects of Tsunade's drug, but Orochimaru is compromised as well, so hopefully that evens things out between them. I'm very curious to see what Orochimaru is going to do without his arms. Like, not having them is a huge handicap, but he's like crazy, right? You never know what a crazy person is going to do. Naruto wants to fight, but he's just not strong enough, and Jiraiya orders him to stay out of the way. Of course, our little hero doesn't take that too well. Also, Jiraiya was hoping Tsunade could undo the effects of the drug she gave him, but that's not possible. So he is at a great advantage, and there's nothing that can be done about it. One that is probably more than Orochimaru not having his arms, as becomes very obvious when Kabuto summons two big snakes for Orochimaru, but neither Jiraiya nor Naruto can summon a big toad.
Summoning Jutsu!
I suppose I should have killed him when I had the opportunity. For the sake of the Akatsuki and their goals, I let the boy slip by. If he's learned to wield the power of the Nine Tails, it's not impossible. But that doesn't appear to be the case.
Poor Naruto is quite upset by his failure. Maybe if Jiraiya gets hurt, he'll be able to summon Chief Toad like he did last time for Sakura. The fight begins with Kabuto and Orochimaru crashing snakes into the ground, and one of them almost gobbles up Naruto, and these snakes still make my skin crawl just like they did the first time I saw them. Jiraiya uses Earth-style jutsu to make a bark which successfully gets the snakes stuck, but isn't enough for them to sink all the way. I really like Earth-style jutsu, it's kind of my favorite. I can just think of all the ways it can be used. Like this bog thing, that's so cool. Kabuto gets the advantage over Tsunade, avoiding her poison fog and getting her right in the Achilles tendons, which is like one of the worst injuries you can get if you're trying to fight. As suspected, Orochimaru is still very dangerous even without his arms, and I had completely forgotten about the tongue thing and the stretchy neck thing. I really don't like that tongue thing. Or the stretchy neck thing. He's like a monster. Orochimaru is like a monster. Jiraiya defends against his attack, but he's just so compromised for this fight. And Kabuto beats up Tsunade and tosses her to the side, and Naruto's out of commission too. Tsunade is stuck in the prison of her own memories. She's forgotten who she is and what she's capable of. She's probably reliving the worst moments of her life, and Kabuto is just becoming more and more unlikable. do not like that at all. Kabuto is being so heartless. And Orochimaru is busy pitying Jiraiya because he's not able to keep up in his drugged state. He insults Naruto, asking why he'd bother with such a mediocre student when Sasuke is right there. And he's a genius and has the Sharingan, and Jutsu is what makes a ninja, so the Sharingan is like the ultimate power. And Jiraiya disagrees. Where's the fun in teaching a student who's already good? What makes a good shinobi is guts. The guts to never give up. And that is Naruto.
All you do need is the guts to never give up!
Back off! That's enough already, you traitor!
What a great moment. Naruto really has such epic moments sometimes. I like that his good moments really come from his strength of character, his determination, his strong will, his heart. So that didn't turn out the way I was expecting. But then, he's still learning the Rasengan, so gotta cut him some slack. I have confidence that he will pull out something in the end. But what a big heart Naruto has. His leg is badly wounded from the snake and from Kabuto, and he doesn't know what he's going to do. If Kabuto gets one of his arms, he can't use the Rasengan, and that's the most powerful thing in his arsenal. The traitor brings up Naruto's behavior in the Chunin exams, how determined and unshakable he was. He proudly shouted his desire to be Hokage one day, and Kabuto thinks it's very unlikely that he will ever achieve that dream. And Naruto is once again reminding Tsunade of her loved ones who shared that same dream. And man, this organ music is hitting hard.
That's enough! I'm not gonna run away! I never go back on my word! That's my ninja! My ninja way!
The situation is looking dire for Naruto, but I know he's going to find a way to pull this one out in the end. Tsunade is begging him to stop trying to protect her and just give up. Kabuto is continuing with his plan, and Naruto has one of his own. And as we know, when he takes a moment to think, he often comes up with something good.
Until I become Hokage, I don't care what happens, I am not gonna die! Compress the chakra! Keep it going! That's impossible! Rasengan!
You go, Naruto. This moment is even more awesome than the previous one. I knew he had this in him. You go ahead and show them that they're all wrong for doubting you. Man, these last 8 minutes really got me going. Look at the expression on Tsunade's face. She just saw this boy accomplish something she believed to be impossible. She doesn't know that Naruto's whole thing is going around inspiring people. But even though he successfully did the Rasengan, he's injured in the process, or perhaps Kabuto did something to him. And speaking of Kabuto, the guy is still very much on his feet, more than just on his feet.
I focused my chakra at the point of impact. Before he'd even hit me, I'd started healing myself. You see now why Lord Orochimaru values me so highly.
Yes, that is an extremely valuable skill to have, and if I was Orochimaru, I would value it too. Kabuto really is so much cooler than I was expecting, in a villain way, but still. And it's cool to see such a strong character who wears glasses, because I also wear glasses, so that's nice representation, I guess. It seems he wasn't as stable as he first appeared, and he takes a couple of steps before collapsing. He overestimated his own skill and underestimated the impact of the Rasengan, so at least he's out of commission for now. Of course, a ninja like him delivered his own attack to Naruto and shredded the muscles around his heart. And now his heart is failing. This puts Tsunade in the position of needing to heal someone for the first time in a decade. Her hands are shaking as she begins.
You're wasting your time. It's all over for him. With my last strength, I severed his heart's chakra network. I'm telling you, he's finished. Dead.
Shut up, Kabuto. Nobody cares about you. Tsunade feels the same way I do because she tells him to shut up as well. Naruto's heart stops beating, and the nine-tailed fox is like, how come everything is getting dark? But of course, Naruto isn't going to die. He regains consciousness for long enough to reach for Tsunade's necklace and remind her of their bet. And now Tsunade is on Team Naruto for Hokage, which is sweet. But we are not out of danger yet. Orochimaru is still alright, and there's really no one more villainous than him.
There's far more to this little Genin than meets the eye. There's no telling what might happen if the Akatsuki get their hands on him. But if he were to die, right now...
He really came to that decision very quickly. I almost admire his decisiveness. Naruto is an unknown variable, and so he wants to eliminate him from the equation. So he uses his tongue to slam Jiraiya into the ground, and how strong is his tongue? And then a snake comes out of his mouth, and his sword out of the snake's mouth, and he aims it right for Naruto. Tsunade sees the attack, and in an instant she moves to protect Naruto, blocking the attack with her own body.
Tsunade, you are the one person I wouldn't want to kill. If that brat is allowed to live, it will mean more trouble than you and your friends could ever imagine.
By saving him, I'm saving my home, the village hidden in the leaves.
Yes, Tsunade, it's your home, and protecting it is an honorable cause. Love to see this turn around.
I'm putting my life on the line.
Well, if you're really willing to throw your life away for the sake of one insignificant brat, I'm happy to accommodate you!
Orochimaru is determined to kill Naruto with his mouth sword, and Tsunade keeps getting in the way of his blows, causing more and more damage to her own body. He can't believe she's willing to do all of this for some useless village she abandoned years ago. Perhaps he thought she'd be more on his side, but she's not. In fact, Orochimaru does seem quite betrayed by Tsunade, like he thought she was always more on his side than like Jiraiya's.
I finally remembered something. I've been chosen as the 5th Hokage of the Leaf Village. Ninja art, mitonic regeneration! Saving it for just such an occasion. With this chakra reservoir, my body's ability to create new cells is accelerated.
And now we have witnessed the birth of the 5th Hokage of the Leaf Village. It's so cool to think of her storing her chakra up over the years. To me, it means that she never forgot about herself as a great ninja. Because in a way, she's preparing herself for something just like this. And of course, Orochimaru is desperate to know how she did it because he wants to know all of the jutsu. That's like his thing. But man, so cool. I really like Tsunade. Unfortunately, this cell regeneration technique is not without its downsides.
What she doesn't say is that a person, any person, even her, can only generate new cells a limited number of times. If you speed that up, you shorten your life.
And so, all 3 Sannin summon their giant animals, and Tsunade's is a slug. So when Jiraiya called her the mistress of slugs, he meant it more literally than I expected. I thought that was a reference to making medicines, you know? But I guess he meant a literal slug, giant slug. I'm looking forward to seeing what the slug is like in battle. It's not exactly a creature that I associate with this kind of thing. What does it do? Now, in this situation, the smartest thing to do for Orochimaru would be to run away. He's just one person and he can't take them both on. Jiraiya is obviously okay now because he summoned Chief Toad. The next episode is called Deadlocked, Sannin Showdown, so I think he probably doesn't run away. But that's my 5 episodes done. I'll have to wait to find out what happens next. I really enjoyed these last few episodes. Tsunade and Naruto were very cool. Orochimaru was very creepy and powerful. That's like his whole thing. I was a little bit disappointed in Tsunade's performance. But then she was very worried about Tsunade, so maybe that compromised her ability. I'm just going to tell that to myself. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next with the Sannin. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you did. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to say hi. Have a good day. Have a good week. See you in the next one. I'm Kayla. Bye.